Greetings. Welcome to Karen Hope's 15 Minutes of Solid Inspiration, the channel where hope grows inspiration, y'all. Thank you for being here. So, I haven't been on the channel for a few days. I was bringing in the new year, slowly. I think I started maybe on the 27th of December and ended today. It is officially a new year for me. I had to wrap up some end of the year business and wrap up some beginning of the new year business. Finally ended today. So yeah, I am saying now that my new year has started, and so far so good. So anyway, yeah, I hope this video is meeting you and yours, still having a good feeling for the New Year's. I hope the New Year's, just the New Year, it's 2021, y'all. 2020 was crazy. We kind of forgot about how the wars that started off the year. Like, we started off the year with war. But then that slowly just kind of faded away, right? As Cardi B, Cardi B was saying it in the beginning, coronavirus. Do you remember that? Yeah, that just took over the whole year. It took over our lives, the whole decade, maybe the century. This 2020 is gonna go down in, oh my God, history, for real. But yeah, I hope this video is just meeting you and yours still. Just having a good time, feeling fresh and new with new ideas. And we don't want to really talk about resolutions, right? But new ideas and new feelings and new emotions that, yes, are good. No self-sabotaging energies, right? Those are gone. And our goal for the year and for the rest of our lives is just to keep them away, right? So, now that I've said all that, if this is the first time you've been on the channel, I should explain what all this babbling is about. Every day, I produce and publish a daily inspirational. Every day, I produce or publish a daily. Jeez Louise. I have a daily inspirational podcast. Karen Hope's 15 Minutes of Solid Inspiration. The podcast platform links are down below in the description box, okay? Check it out. Today was episode 153 of, and we're in my third series. The first series was Mind Over Heart. I use my hands a lot, y'all. Second series was Love, Peace, Happiness, and Joy. Second series. That was about 14 days long. The first one was about 17 days long. And then we're in our third series. This one is called Effective Communication is Key. First part of the series, we talked about communicating with each other. Second part, communicating effectively with God, meaning we're listening, okay? And then the third part, we're talking about our calling, and we're listening, not only listening, we're answering yes, and how He's guiding us to this. And we're literally on part 8 already of this third series. It's so exciting. And it seems as if I find something new to say every day about this effective communication. Go figure. Oh boy, yeah. Y'all, please hold on a minute. I gotta drink a little bit of my tea. So, that is so good. Yeah, so anyway, effective communication is key. That's the whole point of today's episode. And I don't know, maybe about a week's worth more. I think that I have about that much more like notes. I think I have about a week's worth of notes just to talk about our calling. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, just check that out in the description box down below. Also, today's blog was written, and you can, read that down in the link you find down there, the GoDaddy link. You can also check out my Facebook link. It'll show you the same thing. Okay, and also, what else? Let's just go ahead and wrap up this video with a pretty little bow and talk about a little bit more inspiration. Yeah, Well, let's talk about this. I've got two notes sitting up here on this screen, and I'm trying to decide which one I want to talk about. I will talk about this one. When we talked about earlier, I was in the podcast, today's podcast. I should have mentioned, I'll mention this quickly and then I'll go on to something else. Why not that? I have two things on my mind and I'll say both things. So, in today's podcast episode, I stressed, and I guess I'll say it again. When we operate from a position, a posture, and a place of truth, when we're being honest with ourselves about who we are and who we are not, it's very important. We're being led by our higher selves. And when we're being led by our higher selves, that means that we're effectively communicating with God. We're listening to Him. We're listening to Him, and He's ordering our steps. And that is the most effective communication that we can have between, God and our calling, like what we're supposed to be doing. How we talk to Him. Now, the thing about a calling is we don't have to ask for it. It like nudges at us. It pokes at us. It urges us. It bothers us. Our calling does. We don't ask for it. So this is how we know that it is led by God, and we have to take care of it, right? This is what we talked about today in today's episode. But I'm gonna go ahead and say this in addition to that. Okay, when we're being led, when we're on this journey, when we're trying to find our calling, walk in our calling, we're gonna run into some difficulties. We're gonna run into some challenges, and we're gonna definitely run into some hard times. It's what happens. It's life. Disappointments, people are gonna let us down. We're gonna let ourselves down. We are gonna let people down. That happens more than we want to admit. But when God provides everything that we need, He gives us His calling. This is what I'm getting to. He gave us a calling. So He's not going to give us anything and support it. He's not going to leave us down here all willy-nilly. He supports us by giving us the things that we need for that calling. Everything. The ideas, the courage, the strength, the endurance, the imagination. So we have to look at those difficulties and those challenges and those hard times as just another opportunity to do better. We have to look at those times as another opportunity to step more into our calling, to gain more strength, to learn more lessons, to become more wise. All of these things are like happening because it's for our calling. If we can turn around those bad feelings and feeling like it was just a hard time, if we could, and a challenging time and just difficulties, just all these bad things happening in our lives, if we could look at it as our calling being grand, our calling being something that could be, literally, really change the world. When we can look at it that way, we can see that those challenges are just more opportunities to feel better, to get stronger, to be wiser, to be, did I say stronger? That too. To be all those things. So, yes, we all have a calling, and this is just to be positive. This is just to be encouraging and to think about this thing, these challenges a different way. We all have a calling. We're all born with it. God gave it to us. So we automatically know that He's not going to leave us down here all willy-nilly. He's going to give us everything that we need. Friends, all that. the right kind of energy, the right environment, the right mindset, the right heart set, mood, attitude, all those things, walk, talk, all those things, he's going to provide it. We have those things, but it's our choice whether or not we want to operate in what he has provided us. And that's good things. It's also peace too, if we want it. Sometimes it's just hard to get it, and if we get it, it's hard to keep. That's for sure. Oh, I know. But so yes, once we learn how to transmute, I really do like that new word that I learned, transmute. Once we learn how to transmute all those bad things into just knowing that it's all these hard times are just another opportunity to be better, to get better for our calling, then we can let stuff ride. We can let stuff ride. We can thank God even for the bad things, because that's when things start to feel better and things start to feel like miracles, and everything seems like a miracle when we actually know that we needed that. We needed that challenge or circumstance or consequence. We needed it. It saved our life. But anyway, I'm done talking for now. Let's just go ahead and see each other again tomorrow on the channel to announce episode 154. If you are supporting the podcast, find down there in the podcast platform links, which includes Spotify, Breaker, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and so many more. Radio Public. Just check out any one of those podcast links, and skim through the titles, y'all, and then whatever grabs your attention, that one's yours. Okay. Also, remember to check out the blog. That's also daily. At least I try to make it daily. And for those who are considering supporting the podcast, monthly, thank you in advance, okay? Those who are doing it, thank you so much. You inspire me. And if you're watching the video now, like it, comments, share, and subscribe to this channel where hope grows inspiration, okay? Turn that red notification button gray. Okay? We do not like gray moods. We do not like gray days, but we like gray notification bells. And so, yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow. I just missed the whole computer. Jeez. If God says the same, I'll see y'all tomorrow here on the channel to exchange some awesome energy. God bless you and yours.